Today at Civic Center, of course here in Lagos, we'll be talking about super amazing things regarding technology, the future, policies, finances, and everything in between. My name is Zibi Anani, your double dimpled host, and I'll be taking you through profiling experts in the industry and of course taking you into the event. So I encourage you to stay tuned and go nowhere. Preview. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So tell me what your name is and the title and the role you fit.
All right, so my name is Sultan Sanusi. For title, I'll skip the title, but I manage the security business for Cisco in Sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay, so hearing your conversation, imagining I wasn't here, I know you said so much about cybersecurity, but I would want you to enlighten those who are not here about AI and cybersecurity and how, would I say porous or how more, intentional I would have to be in terms of security. So I would like you to just shed more light regarding that.
All right. So, AI is here to stay. AI has been here for about 30 plus years, even though some people are just hearing about it. Cisco has been using AI for those 30 years, right? When you see, when you get emails, right, some of the emails you get, some of the spam filters on emails is done by AI. Now, when it comes to one of the things I mentioned in the talk is the same way we defenders, I'll call us the defenders, are using AI to defend our organizations. It's the same way attackers are using it to attack organizations. So it's very important that we leverage AI capabilities from your security vendors, Cisco and the likes. We have a lot of AI capabilities in our security solutions. I'm sure other vendors also have. Leverage those capabilities because the speed at which AI moves, no human can move at that speed, right? And attackers know that. So one of the examples I gave was phishing emails now look more legitimate, right? Before, 10 years ago, if you see an email, let's say they were spelling Cisco, they put zero instead of O, right? So you're like, this is fake. But now it looks like a legitimate email. You cannot tell the difference with your naked eye. That is part of the work of AI on the attacker's side. So you need AI to fight AI. So it's very important for customers and people out there to, wherever you see a vendor that has AI capabilities, leverage those capabilities is to help improve your security posture as an organization.
Thank you very much. So any encouraging word for SATS for putting this event together? And of course, we're looking forward to 2026 edition. What do you have to say, words to say to them?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. This is my first time attending. I've been in Cisco, this is my 6th year, and I've been working with Samuel and the SAT team for all those years. I know Samuel has moved from security to infrastructure, but I still have a very good relationship with him. And as a good partner, you guys are our eyes and ears in the industry. Just continue to do what you do, and we as Cisco and me as Cisco and the wider Cisco team are always ready to support our good partners at Signal Alliance or SAT.
What do you think the objective was when SAT was putting this whole event together?
Okay, so I realized that they were trying to look at tech in different dimensions. We know the new reality in tech is AI, and I also saw that it was a blend of also celebrating women in technology. So they also wanted women within the tech space to come in to speak about tech and how it has been of advantage to them. Yes.
So what would you say? Do you think the female folks are actually well saturated, or you have more males in the technology industry? I'll ask that question first, then I'll go to the next one.
Obviously, we have more men. Nobody needs to, even right from university days. I think we were just 6 girls in my class. And right from when I started working as an engineer, I was the only female at my time. So definitely you always find more men. Of course, men tend towards engineering and the women want to tend towards the sciences, where we talk, where we do marketing. That's where you find the women, yes.
Putting tech into perspective, it would be nice to shed more light as to how it benefits the female folks more, because you know how it is through motherhood. You have to either drop your dreams or your goals. How do you think technology can close that gap between motherhood and?
Okay, so with that, I think more women need to get in tune with technology. We're the ones raising the generation. We're the ones birthing and raising the home front. So the earlier we start to understand what technology brings, and we can actually guide our children and give them more opportunities to explore, instead of your children learning on their own and also getting, vulnerable to the downside of technology. So because you are not in tune with it, you would just leave them, and that's, they become open to such vices. So for me, secondly, you don't also need to end your career. You can pick up a new career. There are other opportunities for you. Tech is not just about coding. I tell lots of people, once you just say tech, everybody just thinks, oh, I need to be good in maths. Oh no, I hated maths all my life. So there's soft skills also needed in technology, like where I am from. You can choose to work as a project manager, a business analyst, a scrum master. So you are the ones you're doing the soft skill side of tech. So guess what? Management will relate more with you, funny enough, than even the ones that are coding, because the ones who are coding are only coding business requirements, and they give you that platform. So you are the one who is ensuring that the platform is running and it's ready for use. So guess what? You play a pivotal role in ensuring that company deliverables are actually achieved.
So tell us, 2026. Do you think you will find yourself here encouraging these projects or supporting these events? And of course, what are you looking forward to see in 2026?
2026, I would like to see more women at the forefront of things. I would like to see women building use cases for Africa. I would like to see even African companies coming up with platforms that support such initiatives. We're here to learn. We're here to also contribute. So if we've got the government to help us to have, those platforms, partnerships amongst, OEMs like AWS, like Microsoft, partner with SMEs. And then also, I'm a lover of human resources. Technology is changing, and so should we also upskill with what is coming on board. How well are we also looking forward to be adding more to ourselves, not just because I want to work for an organization, but because I can tap into the opportunities that come with such technologies.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
My name is Emmanuel Edet. I work with the National Information Technology Development Agency in Abuja, and I am the Director of Regulations and Compliance.
Good to have you here in Lagos, sir.
Thank you very much.
What role would you be filling today at the event?
That's very interesting. Initially, I thought I would be a panelist, but I hear I'm giving the opening remarks / keynotes.
That's a huge role to fill.
Yes, it is. It is. It's an on-the-spot
decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you bring delivering for to those who will be coming? What would you be delivering? And of course, knowing the role or the shoe you fit when it has to do with regulations and policies. So please, can you marry that as regards technology here now in Nigeria and the relevance it is in today's event?
Okay. I'll basically be setting the trend for the entire conference or workshop, and the idea is I'm going to present what technology should look like in 2025. I'll talk about some government policies which we have been developing to ensure that we have a comfortable legal environment for technology to continue to grow and expand and contribute to our digital economy. So in summary, that's what I'll be talking about.
So what do you think, and what do you think we should often talk about when it has to do with technology here in the country? I overheard you talk about AI. We don't know if it's our friend. We don't know if it's our foe. So what do you think the conversation should look like when it has to do with technology here in Nigeria?
I think we should understand that technology is an enabler. It's not supposed to rule us. We should always try as much as possible to create the enabling environment for technology to continue to contribute to economic growth. So in summary, let's see technology as a tool that will help us achieve our national goals, and that's where I think we should all target, including personal goals as well.
Right. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a lovely day.
And you too.
Okay, nice to have you here, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm more excited because you're female. I've had males on the red carpet or black carpet, as the case may be. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So can you please tell us your name and a quick, title about the position you hold?
Okay, so I'm Dele Tejosho, founder of the Wi-Fi Combat Academy. So I'm into the EdTech space. I'm a pioneer there, and I'm also a MasterCard Foundation winner for last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so please tell us what we're looking to, hear from you.
Okay, so what I'm discussing about is how artificial intelligence is transforming the educational sector. So if you look at the traditional sector, the journey for that child is stagnated. You notice that we're in the digital economy and a lot of things have happened, have changed, you know what I'm saying? And we want to make sure that our children are properly prepared for the future out there. And if we look at the system now, the traditional way of training students is not really there because it's not space. And most students have to learn what they're giving them. They don't have like a personalized learning platform where they can learn. So what AI has done is to disrupt that by making sure that whatever they're bringing, whatever learning systems that they're bringing is going to be very personalized. So not every child has their pace, their learning journey pace, the way they want to learn. So some students are fast learners, some are very slow learners. So you introducing AI into whatever you want to do, that child, if the child is a slow learner, can learn at their pace. And the reason why they can do that, there's going to be a lot of reinforcement from the data sets that are being presented to that student. And then you're looking at some students that are very fast-paced. What wonders, the teachers can't do everything. So what the AI platforms can do is to create more challenging topics for those students, more tasks, more exercise, and so on. So we've seen an uprise of AI platforms. One of the things that my daughter uses is save my exams to learn. And what I love about the app is that what it does is summarizes the topics and then helps to revise. So if you have just done one of the papers, maybe an IGCSE paper, it's to look at the weak points and to look at your strengths. Now, if it looks at your weak points, then it summarizes the weak points. Summarizes weak points, brings out the proper topics, some salient points, and so on. And then another thing that it does, they have a lot of quizzes, gamification elements, where students can learn being playful, play. It doesn't have to be very, very stiff, And that's one of the things I like about Save My Exams. It's very different, it's self-paced, and lots of people, millions of children all over the world, they use it for passing exams. And you can see that tracking, when you track, you see that lots of them pass. Do you understand what I'm saying? And people go back to what they're doing. Now, my own organization recently launched the Wi-Fi Combat e-learn platform. So it's an AI-powered career guidance where students can learn different career pathways, whether it's AI, whether it's game development, multimedia design. You get to learn these things, but you get to learn it by your pace. And what makes it different is that we've been able to give gamification features, flashcards, and so on. And students can actually see areas that they don't know. So there's a lot of reinforcement in what we're doing. We also have our portfolio platform where students can actually, once they've finished the whole journey, they get to have a personal statement.
Okay.
Personal statement. So imagine, I have a lot of parents that have been complaining to me, Mr. Joshua, can we have their certificates? Well, now it's more than the certificates. It actually stores the certificates. You write a bit about things that you've done, like if you've participated in competitions, you've participated in places where you presented your schools and all that. So at the end of the year or the time that you want to leave, it will bring out a personal statement. So those are the unique features that we have, So thank you very much.
Thank you more. All right, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Tell
And
us,
you?
very fine, thank you. Your name and the title you hold.
Okay, my name is Folusho Aribisala. I'm the CEO for Workforce Group. We're a leading business and HR consulting firm with operations across a few African countries.
Awesome. When you got the invite for this event, what came to your mind and what were your expectations for it and if it has been met?
Yeah, I get invited and I speak at a few tech-related events. I have a tech subsidiary as well. So it's really the networking, getting to listening to other speakers, getting to understand, because you learn a lot from this kind of forum. So you bring in your own context and knowledge, and you learn from others as well. And you leave richer than you came in, which is the interesting thing about this kind of program. So yeah, I think it was worthwhile coming in.
So any specific thing that stood out for you during the course of the event?
Yeah, I like the infrastructure conversations. It's not something that really I'd really looked at, but I'm now looking at, when we're getting to the point where we have to scale some of this technology, what will be the cost? How do you leverage infrastructure? So some of the infrastructure conversation was very, very useful. And of course, also the balance between cloud. So yeah, all the conversations have been quite useful. At least those that I listened to, the cloud, the infrastructure, and of course the one I was involved in with respect to AI as well.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Kindly introduce yourself and the title you hold.
Okay, my name is Kayode Akomolafe. I work for AWS. I'm the country lead for West Africa.
Okay, so you actually participated in one of the fire chat conversations for today, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so please just do a run through of what you talked about and what maybe stood out for you during the event.
I think, it was a very good engagement earlier. So we started by defining what cloud is, right? And at least I mentioned what cloud is not. So cloud is not affected by rain or the sun, right? It's just having access to compute via the internet with all its inherent capability like scalability, reliability, security, and what have you. And then we have questions around what is the impacts of cloud in Africa, right? And then we talked about specific industry impact also. And the fact that FSI happened to be the most digital, if you look at cross-industry in Nigeria. And when you look at the potential for cloud across Africa, which is multi-million really. West Africa is actually, Nigeria specifically, is put at, for 2025, about less than $1 billion in terms of the potential cloud spend, right? So that shows the huge opportunity for cloud locally. And we also did mention that some organizations locally are already leveraging cloud. You know that Nigeria is the home of unicorn when it comes to Africa, right? So, and those unicorns, we call them, they are digital native. They are born in the cloud. So they are already leveraging cloud to drive tangible outcome to businesses.
Okay, so can you lay a little emphasis on why we should have more of such events like you have talking about technology in the future of Nigeria and Africa?
Yeah.
Can you please lay an emphasis why we're looking forward to 2026 editions?
Wow, very good question, and I agree with you. We need to, because I was very, very happy, right, when I was reached out, because this is like the first of such event we'll be seeing. And you can see the earlier tech journalist, the guy, he did mention that anytime he goes to tech events, he saw baggies, right? Those guys you see on stage earlier, and you'll be seeing most of the day, they are the real guys. They are the real people that are working behind to drive tech ecosystem in Nigeria. And you can see the kind of insight and comment that is coming out of it. I see this event as something that's going to be big in the future, something that even the Nigerian government, Lagos State, right, government need to pay attention to, because you'll be getting insight, right, and actionable, ideas that as a country we can all learn onto to drive, a digital economy, which is one of the pivotal, key pillar for this government.
So what do you have to say to SAT for organizing this event?
I want to say, SAT, thank you. This is for creating this platform. This is long overdue, but thank you for doing it, because you are a leader when it's come to tech in Nigeria. and you are already taking your rightful place. Well done.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good afternoon.
What's your name and what position do you fill?
Okay, Busola Komalafe, MD, Cloud Africa.
Awesome. So what would you say the objective of this event put together by SAT is all about?
Okay, so this event is actually meant to show our skills, our partnership level with our OEMs, and the kind of to show that we are in the front line of technology as it's evolving every year. We've been around for like 28 years plus, and it has been our goal to be able to, tell our partners, not our customers now, because we're in partnership together to show them emerging technologies and take them by the hand and, drive their businesses forward.
Listening to innovative leaders and experts, what would you say your take home, just one thing is, from all the speakers you've heard so far?
Okay, for me, it's about AI and data and kind of sense that we make out of data. Basically, AI is actually meant to help our businesses and drive our growth, customer relationship. Most of the businesses in Nigeria have not been able to adopt AI. Basically, and again, I'd not be able to help them to be able to see the insights and before looking into what other emerging economies are doing, basically. So I think for me, it's AI, using AI to drive my business forward is very key across Nigeria and other African countries.
So lastly, would you be saying to your viewers and people who are here to look forward to a 2026 edition?
Yes, please, and that will going to come bigger, better. And again, we're going to see a lot of partnerships with other people as well. So it's not going to be just us, on the pitch. It's going to be other partners, other OEMs, taking technology forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, how are you? Good afternoon.
Very well, thank you. Good afternoon.
Okay, so on the black carpet, I've been having males, and then you happen to be the second female I'm having here. Okay, so tell me what your view has been so far with the events, talking about the future of technology here in Nigeria or maybe even in Africa.
Okay, it's been good, really. It's really been very insightful. People have come with different perspectives and all. And it's really been like a reawakening call, and so far it's been very good.
So would you say the tech space is, would I say, almost saturated by females or by males?
I can say women are catching up now, but I still say comfortably that men take like 60% of to be, but it's really better than how we're coming like almost 2 decades back. It's a lot of improvements in that area. So
come 2016, are you looking forward to be here again? What would you say to those who are not here?
Of course, I would love to be here, and I would say they should try and make it, because it's really not convenient. It's fasting time and all that, and it's Friday prayer time. But I'm really happy I made it.
Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you, sir.
My name is Muyiwa.
Can you tell me the position you fill and what company you work for?
So I'm the founder of Ginosco AI. We are an AI startup with the mission to simplify AI for African businesses to help them work smarter and grow faster.
So you were invited here by SAT. What were you looking forward to experience?
So I came here to really see what is beyond the noise, beyond all what goes on in our heads, what we think is happening to what is really happening, and it's been quite insightful so far. You will learn what the different players are doing, how they are viewing AI, how they are viewing all this emerging technology, and what is the roadmap for the next couple of months.
Did any particular speaker or conversation or discussion stand out for you?
So the discussion about the emerging technologies and how they emphasize just bringing back into the remembrance that AI has been around for a while, but for why we're just hearing about it is because of the major breakthroughs of LLMs. So they've been around for a while, and then also emphasizing how it's going to be used, how we can position ourselves to take advantage of the current technology and not just be spectators in a world that is really changing very fast, not to be left behind in Africa and Nigeria.
So in 2026, what would you think they could also incorporate in their events? Any particular thing?
This is very nice, but I feel like it's a lot of, I think we would like to get more, on the street kind of views. You know, a lot of business leaders are here, but what is the ordinary person thinking about AI in Nigeria? I really want to get their own perspective. So I think that would also be maybe just 1 or 2 sessions. Let's know how people are using it, and just get some of those use cases, people, voices speaking about that. So at Ginosco AI, some of the solutions we have include computer visions, AI call centers, a localized text-to-speech model that we've been working on that has not only Nigerian voices but Nigerian pronunciations to, like I mentioned, computer visions for object detection, text captioning, and of course we do chatbots also, built on LLMs, on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, website, and different solutions, different AI solutions.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank
What's your name?
Shola Odenyide.
So, Madam Shola, I know you moderated one of the sessions. Can you please tell us what it was about and do give us a feedback about it?
Okay, the session we moderated is AI and empowering the learning, adaptive learning. And for me, interesting one, as a HR leader, I had always wanted to know where the biggest impact is in terms of AI in the value chain of HR. From today's session, I think my thoughts has been validated because I had always thought that the biggest impact is in the learning and development function of HR. We had always thought it is in the talent acquisition. Majorly, yes, there is a lot of impact in that space, but it relates to HR only. Now we're talking about learning impacting everybody. It cuts across all sectors, the consulting, the education and academic, every professional, even non-professionals. Everybody wants to use AI to learn. And so I think that for me, my thoughts have been validated. I'm more convinced that the biggest impact is in the learning space.
Of course, includes consulting and
absolutely all sectors. It cuts across, even non-sector. Any individual out there is in one way or the other using AI-powered, solutions.
One encouraging word or encouragement to set for putting this up, what would you like to tell them?
I think that this is a very laudable event. It's noble. I don't think I've seen any tech outlook. So that means they're leading the conversation around tech in Nigeria and probably maybe across the borders of Nigeria. So I think that's great.
2026, are you looking forward to any specifics?
Absolutely looking forward to learn what has evolved. What's the difference between where we were in 2025 and where we are in 2026? And I know that the world is constantly changing, so I know that there will be new opportunities and initiatives to learn. So yes, I look forward to it in 2026.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Akinola Odunlade.
Can you tell us the position you fill?
Currently, FSI strategy at Microsoft.
Okay, so can you, in a short sentence, tell us what you have gained so far being here and also the knowledge you've been able to impact to attendees?
Right. I would say this has been an excellent gathering. It's just so beautiful to hear from different stakeholders on their view about the industry, how AI is shaping the Nigerian landscape and even Africa at large. And I think it's just really exciting to see that, even though we may all come from different perspectives, we all have the same aim, which is to really drive the adoption of technology and use it as a means to really help our businesses to grow even better.
So do you see the need for having such events often, in the technology space? What do you think that would do in Nigeria as a whole?
No, absolutely. I think events like this are so crucial because it really helps us to drive the conversation forward. And it also opens a lot of opportunities for partnership and for change, right? And we need that more than ever right now, right? Both as an entity, as a country, and even as a continent. I think these kind of conversations really help us to examine what are the challenges we have right now. How can we, boldly confront those challenges, and how do we shape the future? Because it's really us for the shaping, and I think this kind of conversations really helps us and puts us in the driving seat to really shape that future together.
So any encouraging words for SACS?
Absolutely. I would say continue doing what you're doing. SAT is doing, fantastic job. It takes a lot to be able to consistently pull this kind of events together and to do it with such quality. So it's just to, encourage and to say that, the sky is just a starting point, and I can't wait to see where the future takes us.
Come 2026, what would you be looking to see or experience in such an event?
A Africa-focused event, I would say. Today we have people, across different industries from Nigeria. Next year it should be even bigger. Let's make it Africa-wide. Let's go on the world stage and let's go out there to dominate.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Exactly February 5 years ago, Nigeria shut down because of COVID. The day we were supposed to hold this event. Then we had a version where we wanted, because it was 2020, we wanted 20 big thinkers in tech to have a conversation around the past 20 years of tech and the next 20 years in 2020. So we'll call it. So we're not doing it 5 years after. But the idea was to give to the industry a platform to discuss the yearly future of tech, because we do this about the economy. The tech industry contributes about 18% of the GDP of Nigeria, and we don't sit down sometimes and look at how is this year going to pan out for us in the tech industry, so that people can plan and look at those things that will determine from policy to infrastructure being built to investments being done, or how the industry is going to be for that year. Or we're hoping that if we start this, we can bequeath it to the industry so that we see this every year, and the industry owns it, not just us, but the industry owns it.
Okay, also looking at the flyers, I saw the agenda of the event. I see we're going to be having amazing visionary experts. And one thing stood out for me, the introduction of AI. So I know that's going to be a fire chat conversation. Is there any particular thing you think we should be talking about when it comes to AI in our time?
Honestly, I don't want this conversation to turn into AI. AI is a very relevant issue today, but if you think about it today, Nigeria is training 3 million people in the tech space. It has more impact on the economy than AI. Okay, we're going to consume AI as every other country is consuming. But in terms of the fundamental work to let technology impact the economy and the ordinary people locally, there are things that are as important as AI. The infrastructure we need to run, if MTN is not investing today in 5G, the AI is you're not going to get the efficient use of AI in Nigeria. So I think that my hope is that we can move the conversation beyond what is happening globally and look at how we're part of the global ecosystem, of course, but the money that is being invested in AI today by one company in America is more than the whole of Africa is investing. So we should take ourselves seriously and do the homework first.
So we're hoping that this doesn't end here. We're also hoping it's going to be an annual event.
That is exactly what I'm saying. As I said, we want the industry to own. We've always, even 5 years ago, wanted the industry to own this. They've been that the industry players will come to an event this time of the year, early in the year, and talk about the industry, what had happened last year, and what they think is going to happen the subsequent year, so that people can plan a bit better.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thanks.
Okay, my name is Natude.
Okay, and what do you do?
Okay, I do a lot of things, but for purpose of this conversation, I'm into financial advisory services, and I'm also a strong follower of what happens at Signal and SAT.
Awesome. Okay, so what are you looking forward to experience here today?
I think I've seen a list of very good speakers, highly experienced in the tech space, and this is about the tech outlook for 2025 and I think beyond. For me, I'll be interested in seeing what is the landscape looking at, and then most importantly, are there mitigants for the potential risks that this tech is likely going to be posing? And we're beginning to see some of them. So just to get a sense, and then what is there for the Nigerian youths especially, and then how do we take advantage of this, considering that the top major companies in the world in terms of market capitalization are tech-based. So how do we take advantage of this opportunity and then actually drill it down and make sure that Nigeria is a huge beneficiary of this particular move? So it's not just a cliche, but it's a way going forward.
So do you think the government, or do you think there are policies also that are infringing the growth of technology here in Nigeria?
I think government will always be playing a huge role, but I think it's always very important for people to know that drivers of any economy is not government. It's the entrepreneurs, it's the people, it is the behavior, it's the opportunities. So I believe that if government can just put enabling landscape and environment in terms of risks and consequences for bad behavior, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to. So because this is the kind of mindset we have in Nigeria is mind-blowing. This is a techie generation, and a lot of things come to them native.
Okay, my name is Iyabode Tokosi. I work as the head of business events for Signal Alliance Technology Holding.
Awesome. So tell us why we're here.
Okay, today we're here for Tech Outlook 2025. It is an industry event where we bring together bright minds of technology, innovators and thought leaders to, tell us about technology and how it's shaping the future of businesses.
Okay, so tell me why SAT actually decided to come up and be specific about this theme that was picked today.
Okay, so we've noticed that in the industry, there are quite a number of platforms that brings together founders and funders, but not so many platforms that brings together founders, funders, innovators, thought leaders, and to share insight on what the future of technology is going to be about. So we thought that it would be nice to have an engagement like this that would help us showcase what we're doing in the tech space and what the future of technology is going to be about.
Okay, so lastly, tell us what you are looking forward to experience here today.
Okay, so bringing together the kind of people that we have brought together, I'm hoping that we could align and come up with constructive and critical strategies on how we can take technology forward and show business leaders that technology is not the enemy, but it is the future.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, my name is Ndubisi Ogbeche. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Signal Alliance Technology Holding.
Great. So what are we looking to experience today?
Oh yeah, tech trends basically, outlook for tech. I mean, so much is happening in the tech world, and we're aware of so many things. AI is the next big thing. There are several paradigms that are moving on, so it's good for us to have like minds, like minds, and people versed in the tech industry to talk about these trends, and also see how they can probably provoke thoughts and impact the ecosystem basically on tech. So we hope that this will be very value adding. There'll be a lot of takeaways and make us think deeper on how we can address these tech trends basically. Thank you.
So we're hopefully we're wishing this becomes an annual event or a one-off.
I doubt it will be one-off. I'm sure it's going to be value-adding, and I'm sure subsequently we'll be having this within the same period every year. So yearly event, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, how are you doing, sir?
I'm very good.
Okay, so can you tell us your name and the title you hold?
My name is Kenneth Ofomba. I'm the Managing Director of Signal Alliance Consulting, a subsidiary of SAT.
So tell us why you're here and what you're looking forward to experiencing today.
So we are a thought leader when it comes to technology. I want to tell our customers where technology is going in simple.
Okay, and that's basically it. So is there any particular speaker or panelist session or fire chat conversation you're looking to experience and enjoy and sip in here today?
So every session here today has been carefully put together. So I wouldn't say any particular one is of so much important more than the other one. So every session is important. So I want our audience, our visitors, our customers to pay attention to all the sections. Again, because technology is changing very fast, faster than we can even imagine. So I think this conversation today is very key. That there wouldn't be a better time for us to have this kind of conversation. So every session is very important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I am Hamid Rilduan Bolaji.
Can you tell me what you do and the title you hold or position you fill?
All right. I am GM Operations for Kodo in Nigeria, and we are Microsoft partner, Gold partner, and we've been a partner with Signal Alliance for a while also. And we deploy solutions across numerous verticals, which include Business Central, finance and operations, and also have our built-in technologies like Sapphire, Sapphire HR, then also the new one which is upcoming. I think we'll be deploying that hopefully by next year, which also be one of the speakers here.
Keeping fingers crossed.
Keeping fingers crossed.
So can you say just a little bit about this event, the need for it, and why you are here?
It's been a wonderful experience with the number of keynote speakers and the insights they've given us so far. And I think one of the most important things we need to understand is the tech space as a very large contributor to the economy of Nigeria and the opportunities we still need to explore in years to come, and how much AI is needed or how much we need to adopt AI, not only going to be a competitor to human, but also a technology you can always leverage on over time. And I think it's been a wonderful session and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
It's an event you'll be looking forward to 2026?
Yeah, I think if events like this can always come up frequently, or let me say often, we get to create this awareness not only for this generation but also the generations to come, and also we get to understand what is the trend or what is actually going on around us, especially in the tech world.
So encouraging words for SATs? Any encouraging words for SATs?
SAT, I think, yeah, they are really doing wonderfully in this space, and I think a number of companies look up to Signal Alliance for as a trailblazer in the industry, and I think, I can only say they should keep it up, and I think we are also looking forward to maybe someday somebody from my team will be a keynote speaker also, and we can also share one or two things from our hand. So,
thank you very much.
You're very much welcome. Thank you.
My name is Yomi Adebanjo.
Can you tell us the position you hold?
Okay, I'm the Chief HR Officer for Signal Alliance Technology Holding.
When you heard about the event, of course, putting it together as well, what do you think you were trying to meet? What was the need you were trying to meet?
Yeah, I think that the event is quite important, especially that Nigeria is moving towards digitization, right? And it's important that we have, a company like ours, showcase what tech will look like in 2025. And I do hope that we'll continue to do this to educate our customers, to educate our people around what tech holds for us as individuals and also as organizations. I think it's very important, yeah.
So far so good. Has any particular information or speaker struck your attention? Was there anything that stood out for you?
Yeah, a lot. Case in point is the last conversation where we had discussion around AI-powered automation, right, and how that is reshaping the workplace. So the question is, should people be afraid? Will people lose their jobs? Okay, and then what really stood out is the fact that organizations will say automation is expensive, but if you look at the long-run benefits, it's actually cost-effective. Okay, and secondly, you also realize that AI, automation is changing a lot of jobs today. So how do we ensure that we help our people to reskill, to be able to transition to the new dynamics of what what automation brings to the table? And then also, how do we bridge that gap? Because if you look at the products we are getting from the university today, it's nothing compared to what the demands. So how do we bridge that gap, right? And I think the conversation today have been able to do justice to some of those gaps, even though there was no time. And I do hope that we'll have subsequent events like this that allow us to really expatiate on this kind of conversations. And I think they're very important.
I want to ask, so are we looking forward to 2026 edition?
Well, hopefully, yes, we should. We should.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Mr. Adamonebu from SATS Limited.
Can you please also tell us the position you feel?
I'm the Group Executive Director of the company.
So putting this idea together, what do you have to say the objective was?
We just want to appreciate all our customers that have been with us for over the past 1 year. And we want to use the opportunity to also tell them what's going on in the tech world and what it's all about and what we can offer them as we go along this year.
So we're looking forward to a 2026 edition?
Definitely. It's a yearly thing, so I'm sure the next year is going to be another blast. What we're hoping to get is also to give them insight and awareness into where the industry is going in terms of AI technologies and how they can use it better in the organizations for their people.
So this one is off the record. Considering International Women's Day is tomorrow, what do you have to say to women, especially women in the technology space?
I think for me, currently in our company, we have almost equality between women and men, and it's a conscious effort we've made to get women into that room. And for me, it's also to expand the scope of getting women more into the science, STEM courses. We've also done this in the communities where I belong, and we've also run it through the company's START Foundation to get women into our intern programs so that they can also improve their understanding in AI and technology.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Pleasure.
Have a lovely day.
You too, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good.
What's your name and tell us the position you fill?
My name's Chibike Good News, and I fill the position of MD CEO of Duchess AdX, a technology platform that helps businesses to advertise on the internet.
Okay, so when you got the invite to be here today at the Tech Outlook, what was your reaction?
It's an opportunity for me to contribute to the ecosystem, I would say, and it's also an opportunity for me to push out knowledge because there's a lot of silos, but events like this bring all those things together. It's also for me to learn as well. While talking about AI, talking about technology, you also learn from people who have done that or who are doing an aspect that you don't know about.
So what's your take home so far? I knew you're one of the panelists. You engaged in one of the fire chat conversation, which was very engaging and enlightening. So what would be your own take home today from today's event?
My own take home today is that AI is a moving train, depending on where we're moving, but we just have to jump in. And that our contribution now determines what the industry is going to be tomorrow. And there is no limit to what we can do, but it's just for all of us to quickly get in, make our contribution, and make sure that tomorrow we are part of the people that wrote the history.
Okay, so come 2026, what are you looking to experience if you'll be here, that is? I mean, 2026. 2026. This is 2025, so come 2026, what would you want to experience at such an event?
And what will come in 2026, what I expect to experience is more of visuals, more of automated realities, more of engagement, and more of technology companies coming with homegrown technologies that have global outlook. I know this is short, but I've always been an advocate of let's have Nigerian participation in any of these things. So let's have less of AI for this done in California, AI agent done in this place. Let's have AI products built in Nigeria and exported out. And Signal Alliance is at the forefront of AI with a co-pilot program. So we should see people building on top of that framework to have AI services that come from Nigeria be shipped abroad.
So last question would be, what was my last question? Encouraging words for SATs. What do you have to tell? Yes, what do you have to tell them?
I would say, SAT, you're doing well, and more. What they say, the reward for hard work is more work. It's not uhuru yet, but we have a long way to go. Another thing I would say is I particularly like what Chairman said about the government. We need to have more of government participation in things like this because there's a global politics around technology and AI, and that is championed by government. You see presidents being chief marketing officers for companies in AI and all that, and then the competition. So SAT has been building some government relations, and I expect to consistently build on top of that to have more government participation. And then, to your last question, there's one thing I was also going to say. We should have government being deliberate and making a decision to say, we want to build this aspect, not by giving speeches, but identifying businesses in Nigeria who we believe can become global flag bearers for Nigeria, and then pushing them deliberately through policies, through funding, through all kinds of things to make them survive, and then make them play in the global space. So we should have this avenues to get them, to train them, to identify them, and to push them forward.
All right, thank you very much. So tell me your name and the position you fill and the role you played today at today's event.
Okay, my name is Melon Choma. I head marketing at Signal Alliance Consulting. Today's session was put together by SAT. SAT is the holding company of the company that I work for. Today I moderated a session, basically looking at just tech outlook, tech-enabled industries, how they are adopting tech, what they should need to do to adopt better. And then I was able to speak to two gentlemen, one from Microsoft and one from the Chase.
Okay, knowing fully well you were in the room filled with innovative leaders, like you rightfully said, what is just one take home for you today? And hopefully telling or encouraging viewers to be here again 2026.
Okay, tech is fast-paced, it's changing, and people need to plug in now. Whatever it is, don't look at it that it's something I can't reach out. Learn as much as you can. Emphasis on learning, right? Learn as much as you can about whatever technology you're interested in.